What's going on, YouTube? Today is January the 2nd, 2025, first upload of the year. I'm not a YouTuber per se, but there's a message that needs to be shared and talked about, and that's the serious stuff. I think it's the 2nd of January, 2025, about 7 o'clock, I think. So, a lot of people talking layoffs, a lot of companies downsizing, right sizing, all that. Not my first rodeo. I've dealt with it before. This might be your first time, or maybe you're just hearing about being laid off and you're worrying about it. I get it. I hear you. So, if you know you're about to be laid off, if you know it, you have an opportunity. Most don't. Most of us just get blindsided with it. Don't sweat it. Take that opportunity. If you're given it, you've been given a blessing. Take that opportunity. The meals that you're going to eat anyway, buy them. The gas that you're going to put in your car anyway, fill up about 4 or 5 cans, 10 if you can, whatever you got. I'm into this preparedness stuff, but I'm not a prepper. I'm really not interested in all of that, but I am into preparedness, and it has saved my horse on more than one occasion now, and it will save yours. So, couple things. If you know about it, you know a layoff's coming, you get your preparation in order. If you can get your savings aside, but a lot of people can't. A lot of Americans right now can't even put aside enough to repair a tire if their tire goes out. Like, that's the situation we're in. We're getting ready to see a place in this country that I've never seen. My grandpa might have seen it, but his father did. We're going into a for real depression, not a recession. I lived through one of them, lost my house during one of them. That's not what this is. What's coming is a depression, and it's for real. So get it through your mind now that you're going to ride through this. Understand the job you work is not who you are. Do not lose your identity thinking that you've got to be the job, because you don't. You're much more than that. You're far more significant than that. To you and everyone around you, your children, your wife, your family, immediate, you're far more than that. Spouses, partners, better halves, this is where you shine. You step up and take care of your man, your woman, whatever the case may be right now, because believe in them. Believe in them even when they don't believe in themselves. Believe in them, because there's going to be days where they don't. Because we do, as men, we tie ourselves to our identities, or our identities to our job. We do. That's just the nature of the beast. Accept it. But that's not who you are. That's not who you are at all. You're much more than that. I lost my house in 2008, 9, something like that, during the last recession. It's nothing compared to what we're going into, but that sucked, and I learned a lot from it. But it was only things, just stuff. It don't matter. All that matters is you, your family, and their health. That's all that matters. Everything else is smoke and mirrors. Take a breath. Take a breath. Because this is just a stepping stone. You're going to hit this stone. You're going to step on it. You're going to look around, evaluate, make a decision, and move forward. Just a step. You got this. Prepare. If you know the layoff's coming, prepare for it. The gas that you're going to put in your car next month, put it in cans today. Have it on the side of your house or in your garage or shop or whatever. The food that you will eat next month, you will eat this food. Put it in your pantry now. Have the food for next month here this month. It's not prepping, it's just being prepared. It's insurance. It's insurance that you can eat. Options. What do you got for options? Let's see. You are living in the most advanced period in human history that we know of. That's a whole nother story, but whatever. It's a whole advanced history you've never seen. The AI opportunities are so advanced right now. There's no limit. There's no limit to what you can do. And the creators that are out there, and I'm talking about 12,000, 20,000 a month, $500,000 these people are making using AI. I don't like AI. I'm not happy about it, but it's the hand we've been dealt, and it ain't going nowhere. Use it. Use it. Make it your own. Learn it. Listen to other creators that will help you experience it and use it for your benefit. And they're out there. I've been using them myself, and I'm already making money doing it. And this is not me. This is not what I do. I'm a lot of things, but it's not that. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not a platform guy. I'm not a video guy. Matter of fact, I was going to wear a mask tonight. I just chose not to. Hell with it. Resources. What do you got? What do you got in the bank? Okay, that's the easy one. What do you got in the pantry? What do you got backed up to cover year 6? What resources do you got? You got somebody you can work for, do some under table work? What do you got? What do you got that's going to carry you? Like I said, I wouldn't lean on under the table work unless it was a go-to thing and I knew right where to go and I knew it was going to everything I'm learning right now that I have learned that has made me profitable, very profitable. I'm talking 6 figures, is having multiple streams of income. You rely on one thing and it hurts you every time. Get good at having several sources of income. Whether it's doing a stream on one side over here, having an Etsy shop over here, doing that under the table work over there, keep you a scrap pile you build up all year long worth a couple grand. Find that niche. I seen a guy take I forget the name of the evergreen, but an evergreen tree, clip a branch this long off of each of the branches, replant them and sell them for $10 a piece, turned I forget. I think he said $100 tree. Turned a $100 tree into $1,000. That quick. Probably could do a lot more if you really went out to the woods and thought about what you could replant and put on Etsy and sell. You just got to get outside of your own box. Get out of your own way. You're smart. You're valuable. You are not your job. You are way more than that. To the people that love you and the people that need you and rely on you, you are way more than that. It's just stuff. I lost everything. Many years ago, I'm an old man now, I'm in my 40s, but back when I was 18, 20, I don't know, I lost everything. And I had built up quite a bit. Even being that young, I had already had quite a bit built up. And I lost it all. And, man, I thought I was losing. I thought it was the world. I was like, man, my whole world's crashing. It was an identity crisis. I lost track of who I was. Like, trying to get a job in a recession, man, I thought that was tough. And ain't nothing to what's coming, guys. It's nothing. You are getting ready to live through a depression. You're going to see things that you ain't never seen. I promise. I follow a bunch of really smart guys who've made me a lot of money. and they all say the same thing. I've advanced my career consistently for years. At least every 2 to 3 years, I've advanced my income by 30 to 40 grand. Because I'm not willing to stay put. I don't get comfortable. I move. The second I start getting comfortable and things are rolling smooth, that's when you got to start thinking, okay, what's the next thing? What's the next avenue? Where's the next income stream going to come from? That mindset will continually keep you in growth. You will not become stagnant thinking like that. But if you're in a job, and that income that the employer's giving you is your whole world, and you think that that is what it is and where it's at, you're going to grow stagnant in a hurry. So, you got this. You do. You truly do. Pull your resources in. Think about your opportunities. Be willing to go outside of your comfort zone. Now is the time. If you've got unemployment checks coming in and you can do a little bit of side work somewhere and you can have this other little thing going on, be willing to develop your skill sets now. Now is the opportunity. You'll not have one like this again for a while, if ever. When you're not being called into that 9 to 5, get an hour early extra up. When you used to get up at 7, get up at 6. You used to go to bed at 9, go to bed at 8. Go give yourself more time now than you ever have to be able to develop your skill set and to do something more than you ever thought you could do with your own life. Because it's a lot. It's endless. The income streams and revenue are endless, and they're life-changing. They will free you from the constraints and the chains that this system has put us under. Because believe me, you ain't meant to work the way you're working. You and your other better half is not meant to work like this. You're definitely not meant to be both of you out of the house while the kids are raising themselves. That ain't supposed to be happening. This was designed this way by this system of greedy people who have taken our capitalist system and destroyed it and turned it into crony capitalism. I ain't going to get into all that. I digress. But understand, this is just a stage. If you lose everything, okay, it's all right. Don't worry about it. It's just stuff. If you don't, you're going to come out and you're going to shine after this. Develop that skill set. Become something you never would have dreamed of you doing. Do it. Now's the time to learn that skill, that trade, that alternative viewpoint that normally you would not have looked at. Now's the time, and you will excel at it. I promise you will excel at it. Last thing, and I'll leave you alone. Everybody's chasing that job, trying to put that application in, or trying to rack up college debt. You might want to rethink that. I spent about 8 years climbing that corporate ladder, made it all the way into management. Realized it was a cutthroat industry, and you had everybody stepping on everybody else's back to try to get up ahead. The second I changed over to the union, the second I started with the laborers, and I think I did them for 6 years, something like that, got vested with them. Instantly, I got a retirement check for the rest of my life. Instantly. Unbelievable insurance and benefits. Unfreaking believable. The jobs, I ain't going to say they're guaranteed, but if you do it right, you're never without work. You don't wait for the hall to call you. You get your butt out there and you call union employers and you have them call the hall for you in your place. You do the work of the hall. Don't be lazy. That's what this boils down to. Get off your duff and be active. Devote yourself to so many hours a day, no matter what. If you ain't doing something, be doing something. Devote yourself to this thing and you'll come out ahead. I swapped to the operators after that. Then I got vested with them too. Again, there was layoffs involved, but I always stayed ahead of it, and I made so much good money working with the unions that I'd have money banked away for this, and I'd be ready for it. And then I went into inspection, where now I was over those unions. I was over the quality and making sure they were doing their jobs, which was a whole other type of work. Like, be willing to transition. Do not get comfortable. That if you got an assembly line mindset where you're working off a contract with some company, building their products and waiting for that company to get outbid by another company, and that's your life, you based your job on that, that's a losing strategy. Get out there, get a union to represent you, make real money, make big money. College, you're going to be a doctor, you're going to be a lawyer, you're going to be an engineer, you're going to design bridges, you're going to do things of significance, go to college. But you're trying to get into a trade or an industry. Answer this: how much sense does it make to go rack yourself up $40,000-$50,000 in debt before you're 20 years old, and then you're coming out 3 to 4 years behind me after I'm already making 80 grand plus a year, and I'm talking about when I was 18, and now I'm your boss. High school education, you're coming out with a college degree in debt, and I'm your boss. I fired so many kids with college degrees. I'm talking about in the first, I don't know, some of them making a month. Most of the time, they'd be fired and out of there within 2 months because they just couldn't hack it. They had a college mentality of, oh man, I went to college, I know things. No, dude, you put your hands in the dirt and learn something. Understand things. Because that's what these employers are after. I'm not saying I'm against higher education. I'm sitting here telling you I'm all for it. But it's got to make sense. And I'm telling you right now, unless you're a doctor, an engineer, trying to be a veterinarian, dentist, something of significance, I wouldn't darken the doorstep of a college. Makes no logical sense. Be a skilled tradesman. Learn a craft. Become invaluable to somebody. That same thing you've made yourself valuable at, you can now own a business. You can now own a company and retrain other people in multiple. Let me get the words out of my mouth. You can have more employees repeating the same process that you've learned because you've trained them, and now you're making 4, 6, 8 times the income you were making. The whole thing about coming out of high school and going into college and getting into debt and then I ain't seen it work yet. I know engineers that make way less than me. I'm talking about $80,000 a year less than me. So look, this isn't the thing we were told it was. This isn't the country we thought it was, we grew up in. It ain't that no more. It's been hijacked. And a bunch of rich men in suits have taken what real men wearing denim and overalls built and destroyed it. And we're just trying to make the best we can do with what we've got here. But we've got each other. We do. The working man's got the working man. And we'll always have the working man's back. Stand tall. Know who you are. Recognize your strengths. And follow through. Be willing to explore. Get outside of your comfort zone. Because you are more than the title that they put on your head. You are far more. Matter of fact, our founding fathers made you a king. It's a whole nother conversation we don't have time for tonight. But you were made a king. You were born royalty. That's what America is about. It's about a sovereign being who is higher than all other forms of government or monarchs in the land. We're above all of them. Sometimes you got to grab them by the scruff of the neck and remind them that, but that's who we are. The Creator bless you. Have a good night. Hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if I missed out on something. Throw it in there. I'll jump back in here and we'll go back over it again. I'm sure I did not touch half the stuff I was wanting to touch, but we'll come back on again. Anyway, the Creator bless you. You guys have a good night. Bless your families.